Peace and Pan-Africanism. This is your big brother King Kong Consciousness. I want to say rest in peace to my brother Jordan Neely. I want to say rest in peace to my brother Jordan Neely. I want to say rest in peace to my brother Jordan Neely, who was choked out on a New York City subway this past Monday. That's right. I want to talk about my 30-year-old brother Jordan Neely, homeless, hungry, and mentally ill, who got choked out on the subway by another white, racist, ex-military cutout. See, Dred Scott 1857 told us to do. Dred Scott 1857 told us to do. Dred Scott 1857, Supreme Court Chief Justice Roger B. Taney said the black man has no rights. Supreme Court Chief Justice Roger B. Taney, Dred Scott 1857, said the black man has no rights that the white man is bound to respect. Dred Scott is still alive and well. Constitutional scholars claim that the 14th Amendment invalidated the Dred Scott decision. Constitutional scholars claim that the 14th Amendment invalidated the Dred Scott decision. Constitutional scholars claim that the 14th Amendment invalidated the Dred Scott decision. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. So our brother Jordan Neely is on the subway, begging for food because the man is hungry. Begging for food because the man is hungry. I have to say shame on any African who was on that damn subway, who heard that brother begging for food and couldn't share yours or give him $1 or $2. I said, if there was any African on that damn train who saw that young 30-year-old brother begging for food, if you was on that train and you heard that brother begging for food, and none of you New York City ninjas on that train, I'm not talking about my New York family. I'm just talking about the ninjas who was on that train car. I'm not talking about my New York City family. They ride or die. But I'm talking about those few Africans who was on that train who heard that 30-year-old young man begging for food and you didn't give him none. You knew who he was. You seen him do the Michael Jackson impersonation time and time again. All he wanted was some food. Y'all couldn't give him no food. But black women spending $30 billion on hair and beauty, but you ain't got a few dollars to give a brother a meal. Black men spending untold millions of dollars on these snow bunny women, but you ain't got a few dollars for brother Jordan to get some food. 30 years old. And then this white man takes it upon himself to take his life. I don't know if y'all know this, but white men have this unspoken goal of taking a black life. White men have an unspoken goal of taking a black life. I said white men have an unspoken goal of taking a white life. He put that brother in a chokehold. He suffocated him intentionally. That man is a trained ex-military cutout. That man is a trained ex-military cutout. That man is a trained ex-military cutout. You put him in a chokehold, knowing damn well he would die. We just seen George Floyd all over again, subway version. In fact, this is George Floyd meets Trayvon Martin. See, this is George Floyd meets Trayvon Martin. Rest in peace to both of those brothers. And the reason this is George Floyd meets Trayvon Martin, the reason this is George Floyd meets Trayvon Martin is due to the fact that Trayvon Martin was also murdered by white vigilante justice. I said Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin was also murdered by white vigilante justice. Trayvon Martin was also murdered by white vigilante justice. So this is George Floyd, choked out. Trayvon Martin, white vigilante justice. This is George Floyd, choked out. Trayvon Martin, white vigilante justice. And let me talk about the mayor of New York City. Can we talk about the response by the mayor of New York City? Where my New York City Africans at? I gotta ask y'all a question. Where my New York City Africans at? I gotta ask y'all a question one time. I'm talking to Staten Island. I'm talking to Queens. I'm talking to the Bronx. I'm talking to Brooklyn. And I'm talking to my Harlem Africans. I said I gotta ask this question of my Bronx Africans, my Brooklyn Africans, my Queens Africans, my Staten Island Africans, and my Harlem Africans. Can somebody tell me why the African family of New York City? Can somebody tell me why the African family of New York City elected a former police to be mayor of the largest city in America? I need New York City to answer me. I need New York City. Why did y'all put an officer who decided that a black cop would be in the best interest of the future of New York City? Somebody got to answer this. I need some answers, New York City. I need some answers, New York City. Why did we decide to elect a cop to become mayor? And to top it all off, Eric Adams is another Democratic Party plantation slave. Lord have mercy. Why do we keep running in circles? Why do we keep committing the same mistakes over and over again? Why do we keep on allowing the same offenses against African people to be repeated time in and time out? Why did y'all vote for Eric Adams? Oh, I know why. Because he was black. I get it. The Barack Obama syndrome. The Barack Obama syndrome. He's black. He must automatically do a better job than the whites. He's black. He must automatically do a better job than the whites. New York City, why did y'all put a black cop in the mayor's office? I'm not disrespecting black police. I know a lot of black police who love black people. But for Eric Adams to get where he is, you know damn well he's in the front pocket and the back pocket. For Eric Adams to get where he is, you know damn well he's in the front pocket and the back pocket of the Fraternal Order of Police. He's in the front pocket and the back pocket of the Fraternal Order of Police. You must want to go to the block party. But I'm going to remain focused. Brothers and sisters, I'm in West Philadelphia. We have a fundraiser going on today from 5 to 8. Philadelphia Africans pull up. We have a fundraiser going on tonight for Mutulu Shakur, stepfather of Tupac Shakur, ex-husband of Afeni Shakur, Black Liberation Army, Republic of New Africa. Oh yes, Mutulu Shakur is home, brothers and sisters. That great elder did about 40 years in jail. They let him out on medical concerns. We got to raise money so our great warrior elder Mutulu Shakur of the Black Panther Party, Black Liberation Army, Republic of New Africa, we got to raise money to make sure his medical situation is taken care of. That's right. We got to raise money for Mutulu. So if you in Philadelphia, come on down to the Rotunda in West Philly. I'm a North Philly African, but I'm in West Philly right now. Mutulu Shakur, brothers and sisters, we got to free all political prisoners. We got to protect all political prisoners. We have to support all political prisoners. But let me get on back to this Africoon, Eric Adams. Let me get on back to this Africoon, Eric Adams, this Democratic Party plantation slave. This Negro had the nerve to say that we are not going to take any action on the white murderer. We're not going to take any action on the white murderer until we conduct an investigation. We must stay focused. Eric Adams said we are not going to take any action until we conduct an investigation to see if our brother was choked out justifiably. The African mayor of New York City said, we are not going to do any actions. Nobody's getting arrested. Nobody's being charged. Nobody's being indicted. Nobody's going to jail until we do an investigation to see if the choke was justifiable, brothers and sisters. Did you not see the video? Did African mayor of New York City not see the video? Did Mayor Eric Adams not see the video, brothers and sisters? Did he not? Because I'm trying to understand how a white man chokeholds a black man in New York City Subway and no black people intervene. If memory serves me correctly, it looked like there was black men assisting the white man restrain this 30-year-old harmless brother. Did y'all see what I saw? Did I get that right? Did I get that right, brothers and sisters? I need somebody to give me an ashe or an okay. Give me an ashe or an okay. Did I see Negropeans aiding that Neanderthal as he choked out our brother? I could have sworn I saw brothers helping the Caucasian suck the life out of the African. Am I wrong, brothers and sisters? It doesn't look like I saw anybody tell him to stop. If I'm wrong, tell me. Did anybody tell him to let him go? If I didn't know no better, that looked like white Jesus and his people of color disciples. If I didn't know any better, that looked like white Jesus on the floor, on the cross, choking out the black man with his so-called people of color disciples with him. You mean to tell me black people stood there and watched that white man choke out a 30-year-old boy? Brothers and sisters, insane. Eric Adams said, we got to do an investigation. What is there to investigate? What is there to investigate, African? Brothers and sisters, you saw the video. What does Mayor Eric Adams have to investigate? Can somebody help me out? Can somebody help me out? Oh, I know what this is about. This is about white privilege. White privilege, white male privilege, white male veteran privilege. That's what this is about. White male veteran privilege. Because he is a veteran of the armed forces, he has the right to kill black males. Because he is a veteran of the armed forces, he has a right to choke out black males. So Eric Adams, police officer, African cop, is going to look for a loophole that allows this privileged white Neanderthal to get away with cold-blooded murder in broad daylight. I said your democratically elected plantation slave of a mayor is working with the police and the white power structure to look for a loophole in the law that would allow them to hold that white man harmless for unjustifiably choking out the life of a black man in broad daylight. Eric Adams is a cop first. He's not black first. Eric Adams is a cop first. He's not black first. Eric Adams is a cop first. He's not black first. And that under the Patriot Act of George W. Bush. Under the Patriot Act of George W. Bush. Under the Patriot Act of George W. Bush, the police and the military are all part of the same anti-African killing machine. Under the Patriot Act of George W. Bush, the police and the military are all part of the same anti-African killing machine. Oh, yes. So Eric Adams has a professional and personal obligation to protect his white brother in arms. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. Eric Adams has a personal obligation As a member of the Fraternal Order of Police, he's obligated to defend that white man from any incrimination for unjustifiably taking that boy's life because he wanted something to eat. And nobody black on the train cared enough to give the young man something to eat. Listen, I don't claim to be no great Samaritan. I don't claim to be no good Samaritan. I don't claim to be no ordinary Samaritan. My life's work is saving African children. But whenever I go past a homeless African, 99% of the time, 99% of the time when I go past one of our people who are homeless, I'm going to pass them $1 or $5 or $10 or $20. I cannot walk past an African in need. I can't do that. When I'm at the gas station and I see the young brother selling quarter waters or the young sisters pumping gas, I got to throw them a couple dollars. That's the least I can do. Who am I if I can't give a little something to the least of us financially, brothers and sisters? If I was on that train, I would have gave that brother a couple dollars. He was only hungry. Some of y'all probably had McDonald's you could have passed off. You bougie ass vegans, y'all probably had a meal. You bougie ass vegans, you had your vegan meal. You could have done without that green smoothie. You could have gave him your portobello mushroom sandwich. Brother needed food. Negroes don't want to feed their brother, so we let the white man choke him out. Brothers needed food. Negroes didn't want to help their brother, so we let the Neanderthal choke him on out. Eric Adams got to do an investigation. Can I ask y'all a question? Because a lot of you multiculturalists don't believe this is about race. So let me ask you a racial question. A lot of you neo-Negroes don't think this is about race. So let me ask you a racial question. Can I ask you a racial question? I'm going to ask you a racial question. I'm going to ask you a racial question. Can I ask you a racial question? If our brother was white and that military veteran was black, does he get a pass? Let's talk about some racial political science. I'm going to ask y'all again. I'm talking to the multiculturalists. I'm talking to if that brother who got choked out, our 30-year-old brother, if he was white and he was choked out by a black veteran of the military, where do you think that black veteran would be right now? Where do you think that black veteran would be right now, brothers and sisters? Hold on. I'm just asking a question, brothers and sisters. If that brother was Caucasian, if he was Caucasian, and he got choked out by an African veteran, would he be in jail or not? That's the question. Shout out to all veterans of the Black Liberation Army. They said the police of New York City, they questioned him and they let him go. That's what I read. New York City police questioned him and let him go. New York City police questioned him and let him go. And they're saying that he might get off on the stand your ground law in New York. In New York City, you can use lethal force if you believe the person has a reasonable suspicion of using lethal force on you. You can use lethal force in New York if you feel threatened that someone else may use lethal force against you. So can somebody explain to me how this white man thought that little skinny 30-year-old brother, rest in peace? Can somebody help me explain how that white man felt that skinny brother, now an ancestor, rest in peace, how did he feel his life was in danger of lethal force? Where was the threat at? There you go. Where was the threat to his safety or life? He was yelling for food. Did he put hands on anybody? Did he put hands on anybody? Did he put hands on anybody. And if he didn't touch no damn body, then guess what? There is absolutely no justification for the use of deadly force, brothers and sisters. No justification at all. No justification at all, brothers and sisters. But Eric Adams, I don't know why we keep on voting for these damn black Democrats. Are we going to do the same thing in November of next year? This is what we going to do? More black Democrats, huh? That's all we know how to do, huh? Rest in peace to that brother. We cannot let this go, because if they let him get away with this, every white person in New York gonna start choking people out. We gotta pay close attention to this, just like with George Zimmerman. This is George Zimmerman all over again. The only question is, will the Negro in the North tolerate what the Negro in the South tolerated? That's the only question. This is George Zimmerman 2.0 New York City Subway. What we gonna do about it, brothers and sisters? We need anti-black racism laws. Oh, yes. We need, just like they gave anti-Asian laws, we need anti-black racism laws. And any Democrat who is not gonna push for anti-black racism laws, protection against anti-black racism, like y'all did with the Asians, we not voting, brothers and sisters. We need protection against anti-black racism. Where that's at? Get the Congressional Black Caucus on the phone, brothers and sisters. Get the Congressional Black Caucus on the phone. We need protection from anti-black racism. That's right. Where them laws at? Where them laws at? Gonna choke that boy out like that, and black people just stood by and let white Jesus do his thing. Negroes on the subway stood by and let white Jesus do his thing. This ain't cool, brothers and sisters. We at war. And when you at war, you got to pick a side. Half you Negroes is fence riding. You done got your house, you done got your Benz, you done got your job. You a fence riding Negro. We don't need no Negroes on the fence. Get in the war or get on the side of the white man. You ain't with us if you ain't for us. Just because we in the same skin don't mean we can. Just because we in the same skin don't mean we can. Just because we in the same skin don't mean we can. Pull up the 4014 Walnut Street, the Rotunda, Mutulu Shakur fundraiser. Pull up the 4014 Walnut Street, Mutulu Shakur fundraiser, brothers and sisters. Bring a couple revolutionary black dollars for freedom fighter Mutulu Shakur. We got to get his health together, brothers and sisters. Tupac's father-in-law, we got to get his health together. Pull up with a couple dollars for Mutulu Shakur today at 4014 Walnut Street, 40th and Walnut in West Philadelphia. Choking out our damn sons, and we can't do nothing about it. And the damn police mayor talking about he got to do an investigation. Why are we segregating ourselves? You so politically uneducated. You so politically uneducated. We're not segregating ourselves. We ain't never been desegregated. What the hell are you talking about? Where you go to school at? Talking about why we segregating ourselves. Don't nobody want to live by you. Don't nobody want their kids going to school with your kids. Don't nobody want to give you no damn job. What are you talking about? We segregating ourselves. What's wrong with you? Like we the reason we in the condition we in. You's another one of them Africans. You probably work for Mayor Eric Adams, don't you? Somebody call Eric Adams and tell him to give that nothing. He got a baby African in training. We got a baby African in training on my Instagram right now. We got a baby African in training. Talking about why we segregate. Talking about why we don't segregate. We never been desegregated. Show me where we've been desegregated, my brother. I'm going to call you Little Eric Adams. We're going to call you Little E, Easy E. Not the real Easy E. Rest in peace to the real Easy E. We talking about this African Easy E, Little Eric Adams. That's what I'm going to call you, Baby African. You's a damn baby African talking about why we segregating ourselves. Negro, when were we desegregated? Did they ever desegregate the schools? Really? Really? Did they ever really desegregate the damn economy, the damn banks? The medical industry, really? The hell you talking about? We ain't never been desegregated. Talking about some why we segregate. You ain't nothing but an African. Where your mother at? Black women, stop giving birth to baby Africans. Stop. Stop making love to sellouts. Stop it. They said I'm spreading hate. Amazing. Black people are the perpetrators of violence, but we don't have a history of violence against nobody. Isn't it amazing? Soon when you talk black consciousness, soon when you talk African liberation, you preaching hate. But the Asians are at the Supreme Court trying to destroy affirmative action, but they not accused of hate speech. I said the Asians, Koreans, Chinese, Japanese, they at the Supreme Court destroying affirmative action, and ain't nobody called it hate speech yet. I said the damn Asians is at the Supreme Court destroying affirmative action, and ain't nobody said a word about hate speech. Hold on. They want to destroy affirmative action. They don't give a damn if another black person go to a white college again in life. Where the hate speech at? Where the hate speech at, brothers and sisters? You damn defend my slave master Negroes, you sick. Most of our people are psychologically insane. Most of our people are psychologically insane. We should invest in 1 million white straitjackets, and every time we catch an African, put their ass in a straitjacket. Put their ass, every time you catch an African, put their ass in a straitjacket. Talking about why we segregate. We ain't got a pot to piss in it or a window to throw it out. Middle class blacks have turned their back on the working class blacks. It's almost 5 o'clock. I got to get inside for Matulu Shakur. It's almost 5 o'clock. Pull up. Rotunda, West Philly, 4014. Y'all know how to reach me. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. This is your big brother King Kong Consciousness signing out. Rest in peace to our brother. New York City, invade city council hearings. Every black youth in New York need to pull up at the city. Invade. Make them lock everybody up. Don't put your hands on nobody. Don't put your hands on nobody. Peaceful civil disobedience.
Agreed.
We need to practice some civil disobedience at the next New York City council meeting. Where the civil disobedience at? Let's have a sit-in. New York City, I need all 5-6 million Africans to have a sit-in at the next city council hearing. That's what you do. Don't put your hands on nobody. New York City, I want all the high schoolers and college students and young people and elders and conscious people pull up to the city council meeting and have a damn sit-in. Take it back to the Freedom Riders. We're going to start the sit-in movement again. Let's start sitting in these damn city council meetings, filling them up. On the floor, on the wall, sit on the ceiling. I don't give a damn where you sit. Sit on the desk. We got to bring the sit-ins back, brothers and sisters. Civil disobedience. Civil disobedience, brothers and sisters. Have a New York City Council sit-in. Who's going to put it together? Y'all need a New York City City Council sit-in. Philadelphia, we need it too. Baltimore, y'all need it. How you doing there, Queen? I'm signing out.